with Bob. Today I've brought two of my leadership team with me. Very proud to introduce Larry Minsky. Larry is our broker of record over at Keller Williams. He is licensed both in the state of New Jersey and Pennsylvania, which is going to give me the ability to get my broker's license in New Jersey. That's scheduled for the fall. And John McClintock, he is our operating principal over at Keller Williams. He's a former RE/MAX agent also, and is very responsible for me being a part of the Keller Williams team. In addition, there are two people who were scheduled to be here with me today, and just because of schedule changes, couldn't come in. And the first is Justin Gall. Justin Gall is actually the person who introduced me to John. Justin and I have been working over the past year and a half on what we call my transition into retirement. Now, it's a 10-year, so you're not getting rid of me, guys, so don't get too excited. It's a 10-year journey that we're going to introduce my clients to Justin and the team that we are presently building over at Keller Williams. Justin is a graduate of the University of Pittsburgh with a business degree. He went there on a 4-year scholarship. He was a soccer star. He was like the goalie. There is no one better suited to help my clients. And the newest addition to our team is Michelle Haig. And Michelle is my administrative assistant. She is a graduate of Holy Family College with an elementary ed degree. She taught in the Catholic schools. Does this remind you of anyone else you might know? She has her real estate license. It's not active right now. And she has years of experience in administrative assistance. So the question, and I'm going to refer to my notes because I have some real important things I want to share with you, and I want to make sure I don't miss anything. The question I have been getting over the past month is, why does a 26-year RE/MAX agent go to Keller Williams? And the best way I can explain that to you is to give you my career in a nutshell. This month, I am going to celebrate my 30th year in the real estate industry. And I've had a ball. I enjoy every day in the business. My first year, I joined a company called Dunphy Real Estate. Dunphy is what you call a mom and pop shop. And guess what I did that year? I sold 2 houses that year. And one of them was to my mother. So, I wasn't rocking it back then. So on February 14th, 1986, my beautiful daughter, Kristen Patricia, was born. And back then, they let us stay in the hospital for a whole week. So I got to read the newspaper on Sunday. The Sunday Inquirer said, real estate market goes crazy. Rates drop below 10%. Okay, we're rocking. So I thought, oh, I better do something. So by April, when I fit back into some of my clothes, I joined a company called Century 21 Wrap-Up. And they had excellent training. And they trained me within a year. I was their top producing agent. And I was doing really well. Well, as time went on, 1989 came along, and RE/MAX came a-knocking because I was doing pretty good. And I said yes. So it was September 1989. This is a true story. The 3 of us. My son Justin went to 1st grade. St. Catherine of Siena, his first day. My daughter Kristen, she went to All Saints Nursery School, her first day of school. And me, I go marching off to RE/MAX. Now, back then, RE/MAX was pure RE/MAX. You needed to qualify to go in. You needed to be experienced. You needed to have production. Well, I was so excited. I had made it to the show. I was invited to go to RE/MAX. So this is when I'm going to get to my notes here. I was put on 100% commission and I needed to pay an office fee. Well, I was scared. I went into a company called Remax Eastern. There was 20 men in the company, and I was the second woman invited to come into that company. And I can't tell you how nervous I was about making this move in my career. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to make it? Well, within 2 months, I never thought about that Remax bill again. I was with, out of that office, 8 of those agents were the top 10 in Philadelphia. That's the talent we had there. I learned so much. It was such, the symmetry in that office was awesome. It was the most phenomenal thing I ever experienced. And Remax itself was designed. It was designed for top agents to work together to be able to serve the community of their buyers and sellers. But over the years, something happened. The market changed, and there was not as many 100%ers to fill all of the offices. So the Remax brokers, they needed to recruit and hire agents that weren't experienced. There's a problem with that. Remax was designed for the top agents. All their programs were for people who knew what they were doing. Remax didn't have the programs to develop agents within their company. So what happened was the system became diluted there. So here we are, number one. Let me see if I can do this. Somebody moved my cheese. I don't know when it happened, but somebody moved my cheese. And if you're familiar with the book, Who Moved My Cheese, you know that it's a story about 2 mice. And they're in a search for their cheese, their success, and their direction. And somebody moved it. So the one mouse goes through the maze every single day, goes through the maze, looks for the cheese, can't find the cheese because somebody moved it. The other mouse looks at the crazy mouse and says, don't you know, we have to go in a different direction now. We have to find the cheese in a different way. And that mouse goes and finds a different way to find their cheese, their direction, their success. Well, guess what happened? Somebody moved my cheese. My cheese got moved over to Keller Williams because there is a different direction in real estate today. And this is where I go back to my notes. Keller Williams, the way it's developed to attract the top experienced agents. And the top experienced agents are essential because they attract the buyers and the sellers and bring in a lot of the business. Now there's another second component. Remember I told you about inexperienced agents? Well, guess what? Remember I was an inexperienced agent. And agents that need to be cultivated a little bit, and they're talented, smart people. Well, Keller Williams realized that the reason you need that is to continue the growth and development of any company. So there are incentives at I've been doing at Keller Williams to bring in the top experienced agents to teach the talented inexperienced agents. And those programs are developed so that everyone in the company is successful. Because guess what? We're all in business together. That's the point of the whole thing. We're all in business together. I am so excited at this point in my career because the thing that Keller Williams does is it trains the inexperienced people, but then it also has programs for people like me who are 30 years in the business and how to get to the next level. How to get to the next level. Who would have thought 30 years in the business, and I have been given the opportunity to come into a company to develop the talent that's already there, to recruit new talent into the company itself. I am just, like Bob said, I am so happy about this opportunity. I haven't been as excited about my career in probably 20 years. It's a really, really cool thing. So, this is the deal. Everybody in this room, I am recruiting to be on the Keller Williams team. We have a whole section in our office for vendors. And guess what? Not just any vendor. Like, somebody can't come in the door and say, I want to put my card in there. No, guess what? You need to fill out an application, and you need to be sponsored by a core member at Keller Williams. Everyone in here, if you want to be on our wall, and I hope you all are, because we need a lot of painting and plumbing and roofing and all of that stuff. We stimulate the economy. I have an application for you to fill out, and I will very, very proudly sponsor you in. Now, a very good referral for me, which you have not heard me say before, is if you know a realtor who is not with Keller Williams, that's a good referral for me. The thing I was so upset about is that I didn't know this system before. And now I do know this system, and I am just ecstatic about it. So if you happen to be sleeping with a realtor who is not a Keller Williams realtor, that is a very good referral for me. Now, I have my little gift. My little gift is a bucket. I have a bucket up there, and I have a referral book up there. But I also have, you know, they say to bring something that has to do with your company. Well, my Wawa card, because I am in the car all of the time, and it is the main source of my food during the day, I am putting a Wawa card up. I'm out of time? Okay, thank you very much.